Twinsies! Welcome to Same But Different.
I am Derek.
This is Philip. For this week's episode, we are actually talking about something that's quite related to what we discussed last week. In the sense that when we talk about paid companionship, right, there are always some stigma attached to it.
That's correct.
And that's a bit of a taboo, and we would like to talk about the morality of things.
That's correct.
Well, we are covering a wide spectrum, from OnlyFans all the way to recent happenings that we see on social media, right? Yep. The sudden dismissal of a particular MP.
Yes, due to indiscretions and inappropriate behavior.
Yep, and also speaking about men in power, we also have alleged misconduct by the grandson of the Big Talk founder.
Yes, so lots of indiscretions and bad behavior by spouses and partners. There's Hougang ABC, of course.
Yes.
That created a frenzy in suddenly people very interested in the Hougang real estate area, and
Hougang has never been so hot.
Correct. Yes, Hougang has never been so hot. In fact, it's been talked about that. Is Hougang the new issue?
Nani?
So there's also, if you really think about it, the issue of Amos E, for example. Being back in Singapore, being beaten up at a
enemy
event, and things like that, and online influencers having their say and exercising moral judgment. So it is something that we need to talk about.
It's almost on a daily basis that we see people giving moral judgments, as whether or not it's asked for.
That's correct.
So this is something that we are very curious about. Why are people so moral?
Correct. Suddenly,
perhaps a disclaimer first.
Correct.
Both of us, we are the least moral person that we know.
Correct. And we're not going to approach this from a philosophical angle. Like there are lots of debate in the philosophical sphere around the kinds of framework that you use and things like that. So we're not here to talk about the ABCs of morality in philosophy.
We are both quite amoral.
Yes.
Instead of living in the black and white, we are constantly in the grey.
Correct. And we like to kind of take apart and then analyze what this greyness really means.
At which end of the spectrum do you want to start?
I want to kind of start with all the indiscretions, I think. The inappropriate behaviors and indiscretions. And I think most recently, of course, the dismissal of a particular minister, I'm sorry. I correct myself.
Is it right to say it's dismissal? Because it is a resignation, first and foremost.
Correct.
First and foremost.
Correct. And then said resignation was accepted. So, fine. A resignation.
Okay, and it's also quite unfortunate that wide world of netizens have kind of pointed the finger at the lady whom also came out to say that she is not the lady in question of this scandal.
Correct. So all this doxing was for nothing then?
It's not really quiet, but why are people doing it? Is it because they are they think they're morally obliged to do so?
Or are they just kepo? You kepo people.
Are they going to why are they going around taking pitchforks and burn that
wench?
The Scarlet Letter. Gasp. In case you don't know what's the Scarlet Letter, go read the book.
Yes, go read the book.
Or this one.
Right. I mean, at the many levels, right, there's this idea of judgment based on morality. So what's being highlighted here is that, this minister is holding public office and we hold our public office holders to high regard. So such behavior, even though it wasn't detailed, by the way, I don't know what he actually did.
There were clarifications that were being brought up by our senior Minister of Law, promotion, right?
Yeah. Wow.
And also our Prime Minister, Mr. Lawrence Wong, also came out to clarify in a very vague sense.
Correct. So there was no specificity to what was alleged. Unfortunately. So the netizens went crazy,
and went on a witch hunt.
Correct.
Now, is it really necessary? I go by the mantra of live and let live, right? People make mistakes, they own up to it before they're being caught. And this is not the first time.
Technically, he didn't own up. An email was sent to the Prime Minister. So
but that's only our He shared all the
He
information.
didn't volunteer, ma. The investigation didn't start if not for the email from the lady in question. The email came, so they need to investigate and corroborate, and then said minister came in to confess.
But we digress.
Yes.
Right. So in this situation, we want to talk about what is the morality of things. Okay. Said ex-minister.
Yes.
Is he exercising moral standards, perhaps tied to his religion?
Resignation and acceptance was based on him being an inappropriate political figure. So, the funny thing you should mention religion first.
Yes, because at least in my point of view, the headlines are talking about this minister's portfolio has got to do with religion.
Muslim affairs.
Hence, because of that, he needs to be extremely mindful of his behavior.
Correct.
And thus, he feels that he has fallen short of the right behavior, both as a prime minister and, this is my assumption, allegedly, also as a Muslim.
Correct. And again, if we take a step back, ultimately this is about potentially, we don't know lah, so we can only talk about it allegedly.
From a distance.
Let's assume it's infidelity. Let's assume it's infidelity and inappropriate behavior with another Muslim woman. Yeah. So adultery, infidelity, yes, they are illegal. It is an offense. Right?
In Singapore.
Correct. Because marriage is a legal arrangement. So
Yes.
adultery, infidelity is illegal. But within the confines of private matters and private affairs, it frankly is just another day in the divorce court. Unfortunately, said minister holds portfolios. He has constituents to answer to. So, so yeah, that's the judgment comes in.
Versus the bread talk son having inappropriate behavior as well.
Correct. And Hougang ABC.
Yeah. So those two, I would say they are more citizen matters, not so much public figure matters.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is the Hougang Block ABC one.
Yes.
She volunteered all of the information. She kept receipts.
Correct.
She showed the receipts.
It was an unfolding process of hunting down the infidel husband. Chef's kiss. So in this case, yes, moral judgment was also exercised. Like people are saying, all these spouses being caught. Of course, the entertainment value is a bit higher. That's the Hougang ABC and things like that. But again, these are private citizens that chose to put their marital dramas on social media.
Then can I say that in this case, like you said, infidelity is illegal in Singapore.
Correct.
So they have done the wrong things. Hence, I am in the perfect position to impose my moral judgment on them.
Correct. Yeah, because, look at me, I am married, but I may not be happily married, but this person kena caught already. I'm morally superior. So yes.
Moral superiority.
Correct.
It is something that we are getting oodles and oodles off with people these days.
Related to that point is the idea that morality, I think these days, is such a slippery slope and it's so variable depending on context that it's very hard to switch from one to the other.
Go on.
What this means is that back in the day, us being homosexuals, it would have been absolutely wrong. So that's one end of morality, right? But now, when things are deemed to be less taboo, for example, sex on camera / OnlyFans.
We'll go there.
Yes, we'll go there. Suddenly the idea is, people are making a living, sex work is work. So where's the shame in that, right? What used to be shameful from a moralistic standpoint is now not as shameful. So when the needle keeps moving like that, right? Why are we more moralistically outraged when it comes to certain episodes versus other episodes? Is it always context?
I would agree to that, and also to be very self-conscious, because we are morally quite grey. We are amoral persons. Hence, you are able to see that there are different shades of grey.
Yeah. That said, I think the whole point of this episode was because I'm beginning to feel uncomfortable with the notion of being shameless because of the lack of a moral ground.
Okay, and I am thinking that you are referring to our dear OnlyFans creators out there.
That's correct. Yes. So to this point, I think my biggest beef with that is, especially in Taiwan, I think, if we just look at, I mean, we all know in the US and Europe, it's a thriving industry, and there are people, I don't want to talk about that because they are humanitarian, they are liberal to begin with. So fine.
Okay, go on.
But in Asia, where we are supposed to be conservative, we are supposed to be morally upright, right? In a country like Taiwan, sex trade, or what we call the soft porn industry is thriving, and youths are actually looking at it as a very viable income source because they are very highly visible people who, of course, are at the social media level, who actually make a career out of it and have strong following. So for me, again, I am a slut sometimes. So I'm not objecting to the sex side of it. What I'm objecting to is the glorification of said industry without, I think, a very clear moral ground, so to speak, i.e. the lack of shame.
You mentioned earlier context. So I agree that context is everything.
Yes.
So we hear about how OnlyFans boomed during the pandemic.
Yes.
Because, people can't find jobs. They create jobs.
Yeah, jobs were taken also.
Fair. And between feeding yourself or upholding your own moral standards, I would like to think that in the basest human instinct, survival is more important.
Fair. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. So fine, in the face of survivalism, yes, then paid sex shouldn't be a shameful thing.
Morality needs to take a back seat.
Correct. Yeah, and of course there are people who actually went the other way around, that they went down the OnlyFans path and then they are now calling a stop to it. But they are very open to sharing what they did. Back. So like you said, back in the pandemic days, I lost my job. I'm a married father with children, that kind of thing. So to me, I find that, okay, fine. So, but this is what I'm saying. If you want to frame shame and the lack of morals within survivalism, when does it end?
Okay.
This moral slippery slope, so to speak. We don't want absolutism for sure. And as being social animals, morals are by and large decided by society. Again, a big S word, which is nebulous to begin with. But then when does it stop? Can we draw a line somewhere? Even if it's drawing a line in the sand.
I like to think that morals are something that is man-made.
Yeah.
Man-made. Because animals don't have morals.
No. Animals survive.
Humans have morals, for better or for worse.
Correct.
It is a man-made construct.
Sure.
And as much as I disagree with you or your point about how in the Western Hemisphere, people are more free, it's more liberal, hence OF is okay. I just think it's a lazy argument to say that, because we're Asian, we have Asian beliefs, we have 儒家思想, conservatism and all that shit, right? That's why we must be moral. That's why we must be conservative.
Correct.
I don't quite agree with that.
The ultimate argument here is that then where do we stop? After paid sex on camera is now okay, right?
What's next?
What is next that used to be taboo is now okay. Again, I want to state for the record, morals are not absolute, and we also don't want it to swing back the other way where we will be rounded up and shot to death, so to speak, because we're gay. But again, it's concerning. To me, it's concerning that we have entered this time when shame is optional. And by extension, the idea of morals, it exposes why morals are not as important or is too fluid these days. I don't know.
Let's say that when we are young, we are being taught a set of morals.
Yeah.
And as we grow older, we need to recognize that there is a gray.
Yeah. Like you cannot always tell the truth. You cannot always be kind to people. You can try, but you cannot. But some motherfuckers don't deserve it. Yeah.
They always say you have to live with graciousness. You have to always be able to give kindness to people. Fine and well.
Correct.
And what we are saying here is this day and age is no longer that clear cut.
And with that, then comes the moral judgment side of things. Like, in order for people to be able to judge, that means they are holding a particular stance as their absolute. Like, for example, Amos E, right, being beaten up at an anime convention by another boy, right? So we don't know the motive of that boy. I think the judgment is not out yet also, right? Yeah, I don't need, yeah. As of recording, the judgment hasn't been meted yet to the boy. But yeah, so why is this boy taking justice, quote unquote, into his own hands? Because he feels that, yeah, pedophilia is wrong, I'm going to teach you a lesson, you come here. Because the organizers banned him already, right? But no, he still turned up, he stirs shit, all that stuff. So he got what he deserved. But who are you to exercise your moral judgment?
We like to think that we save judgment for the courts.
Yeah, not the court of public opinion. I know
that's correct. The actual legal courts.
Correct.
Let them do the judgment.
Correct.
Of course, there are certain situations where you feel very uncomfortable that you have to take justice in your own hands, which apparently is that case.
Yes.
Again, we also don't know whether that boy who resorted to violence, whether he was also a victim himself, we don't know. We don't know. At least we have a standard of behavior first.
Right.
Because violence does not beget violence.
Correct. And it's not up to you to exercise judgment.
Okay.
Right. And related to that, again, going back to the netizens and stuff like that, right? So that whole incident actually happened after Amos E had a couple of public appearances in other social scenarios. And I'll call out one specific influencer, Daisy, for basically saying that, next time she sees Amos in such public places, she will do something to him. Once again, bitch, when is it your turn?
Leave it to the public legal court to decide what kind of judgments and punishment he deserves.
That's correct. Yeah, you can show your concern, but as a major influencer with influence, I'm not sure whether you inciting that sort of behavior is acceptable.
Correct.
Right? So you can judge morally, you can judge privately, but to use your platform for such incitations is inappropriate.
All right. So we've talked about morals, we've talked about moral judgment.
Yes.
We have went from OF all the way to public figures. In a sense, the entire gamut of private matters behind closed doors.
Yes.
To private matters behind closed doors being blown out into the public.
Correct.
So we would like to hear from you, our audiences, what you think about all these matters that's happening right now.
Yeah. When was the last time you exercised moral judgment? And how did you feel about the process?
Yeah. What is your morality gauge on a scale of I am black or white, or I'm living in a little bit of the gray? Do let us know.
Correct. Is it time for people to rediscover shame and behave appropriately?
Comments in the comment section below. And as usual, please click like,
share,
and subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
Ding that notification bell so that you will get new episodes from us whenever it comes out.
That's correct. We would love to hear from you.
Until then, this has been Philip.
This is Derek.
Signing off. Bye.